think it's going to change many things for many people. Today I'm on a very special visit, and that's to Johannesburg, particularly to see social responsibility matters of interest around burials and cemeteries in Johannesburg. Saaberie Chishty and their services was the fundamental stop for us today. I must admit that when I spoke to Ali Sayed on the phone and we spoke about our preparation for our visit to Johannesburg, and also the fact that we're looking at the software coming into this region, I didn't realize the extent of what Saaberie Chishty was doing in Johannesburg. I must say that it's perhaps just all-inspiring to see it gone to this level.
Okay, so Saaberie Chishty, based in Lenasia, South Africa, multifaceted organization. It's not just the burial that we do. We have 3 masjids that we run. So that's 3 madrasas as well. We have a Darul Ulum where kids stay on the premises as well. We have our burial that everyone knows about. We have an ambulance service. We have a fire service. We have a welfare department that does over 550 to 600 houses in our area and surrounding areas every month. They get either, depending, Muslim zakat and non-Muslims as well. So they get a sadaqah parcels. They get a cash injection in an account as well. So sort of like a grant to get in some money. And we have a hall that we let out. The funds from the hall obviously sustains the Lillah fund projects that we have.
Okay, Saaberie Chishty started off about 53 years ago. He initially started off with the Urus Sharif, which was taking place at the residence at the Sayyid Brothers and in the yard behind them. I lived at the back of the yard, and the Urus used to take place there from that time, and we started that. And thereafter we started with the Burial Society. The Burial Society is now in existence for over 40 years. And Alhamdulillah, Saaberie Chishty has now achieved a name throughout the world as far as burial is concerned. It's one call and everything gets done from anywhere in any part of the world. That's how the Burial Society started. I am one of the official members of the burial organization, and we can do mayats anywhere and everywhere. We can bring bodies from anywhere in the world, and we can send bodies from any part of the world, from Johannesburg to any part of the world.
Saaberie Chishty was started way back with my late dad and his brothers. In fact, 3 of the brothers are still alive. Namely Uncle Muhammad, Maulana Yusuf was the president of the organization, and my late Uncle Abdullah. So they started it back in the days. It was more because, especially the ambulance side of it, in the apartheid days, the government ambulances, because Indian area, should take forever to come when you have a call. So they were proactive and they decided to open up their own ambulance services. And people over the years got a perception, or, sort of because of the way they did things, that it was mostly free. It was for a less fortunate organization. So most of the calls, everything, even till today, is mostly free. So the ambulance started off the same with the burial. We, alhamdulillah, I think we've one of the biggest Muslim burials in the country. That also started off, we've got a total of, I think, 9 or 10 nurses incomplete, with 2 vehicles that we use for pickups. And then the masjid was built in 1992, isn't it? And now we've taken over Jamia Razia Masjid in Extension 8 as well. That was about 10, 11 years ago. And as we speak now, the foundation last week was laid in Orange Farm for a new masjid of ours to be built.
One of the fundamental things is looking at facilities like ghusl facilities, the storage space, mortuary space, where bodies are stored in the eventuality of such things. And this is part of the visit to Johannesburg, to find these spaces. But Saaberie Chishty in particular has this particular component very well organized.
On the website, you say that you can search for grave numbers on the website. So what is that feature about?
We've got a website, but it's for funerals that Saaberie Chishty is undertaken.
Okay.
People probably have a family that's immigrated or something and they don't know where the cemetery or the grave is. They can put more or less a date when a person died, or the name, or give them the cover number or the grave section where it is. This is the ambulance division of Saaberie Chishty. We have our controller that sits there. That's one of our officers that we use as admin or whatever. Our base manager is here, Farah Williams, and then this way down we have for your paramedics. They have their sort of like a residential thing. If they work shifts, they're out on the call at the moment. But if they work shifts, it's compulsory that you give them bedding and place to sit and a shower and all that.
Before we actually came here, Faizal obviously mentioned to me about Saaberie Chishty burial services. So we thought we're coming to see how the whole burial operation works. And when we actually got here, I mean, the amount of things that they actually do. I mean, they have ambulance, they have fire and rescue trucks, and then they do the burial. On top of that, they have a mosque, and they basically have madrasa also. There's so much things they do here. So I think it's not. We never imagined that this is what they do. But I think when we came here, we kind of amazed at what's actually happening here in this area.
This is where all the cooking happens. Most of Ramadan, we do 45 days of Halim every Sunday, and it gets distributed, cooked and distributed from here. As well as when we have our urusas or milas, everything gets done here in this cookyard. So this is the trailer we have. What we do is, if the family requires at the Mayat house, they can come fetch the trailer. It's free of charge. It's got 25 chairs, 5 tables, 41 yasins, all 30 paras. It's got tisbis, paper plates, paper cups, and dishing out bowls. So it's sufficient to do a Mayat. Like I said, they must come here, they fill in the form to take it, use it for the Mayat, bring it back. All they have to do is whatever paper plates and cups they use, they just refill that up. But there's no actual cost of using it.
I want to thank you because apart from showing us the facilities, I think for me today, this has inspired me. It's inspired me to push and do and to go forward in this line of things to develop for society what we can. But this was an inspiration. Thank you.
I mean, Jazakallah, anytime, and I hope it makes an impact in you. And this all credit goes to the four founders of Saaberie Chishty, which is my father and the uncles. And we hope to be an inspiration to people that want to do good. This is what you can achieve.
I think it's definitely an eye-opening experience, and it's an inspiration to see what Saaberie Chishty has achieved, not only on the burial side, but on the education and the social welfare side as well. So now all the claims go to them for this massive, wonderful achievement that they've got to over the few years that they've actually been in existence.
The time perhaps is dawning that there's some cross-provincial coordination and that sort of thing when it comes to looking for assistance and dealing with certain things within burial spaces. And today is one of those days for me because cemeteries in particular and burial is one of my social responsibilities. But I must say that it gives me great pleasure to come here to Saaberie Chishty and be inspired by what sometimes was a little dream that had developed into something that now benefits hundreds of people.